Hi folks, welcome to Pete's Kitchen Garden on Thursday the 20th of October. Absolutely beautiful autumnal day. I must first start with an apology. I've not done a video for what seems like months. Last one I think was June or July. I have been busy in the garden. I've just been very busy with other things, with work, and I'm a musician, so I've had a few projects going off, so I haven't had time to film. But stuff still has been happening, and the first thing you'll probably notice is the greenhouse. It's purchased second hand, 90 quid for an 8x6 greenhouse, which is an absolute bargain. There's about 12 pieces of glass missing, which I've priced up, well, not missing, broken. That's going to cost me about 60 quid, so all in all 150 quid for an 8x6 greenhouse. Oh, I can't wait to start using that. I've wanted a greenhouse for ages. Last few bits on patio now, a few bits of carrots left. It's that time of year really when everything's sort of past its best. I've been out here all day today because it's been beautiful. I don't think I'd reshaped these borders in the last video, so you see how this sort of herbaceous evergreen border, I've changed the shape of it. It was just straight before, and given it this curve. And I'm actually going to do the same thing next year at the bottom end of the garden, so it sort of mirrors this. Difficult for me to actually see anything because I've got glare on the screen at the minute, so I know I'll see if I can show you. So sort of right across here and sort of sweep round the bottom half of the garden, but that's something for next year. Obviously this is the time of year where you start planning for the following year. So in front of the shed here I'm also going to do border, and I'm going to run some canes up the shed, and that's probably where I'm going to grow sugar snap peas. This little area here between the decking and the shed, I'm thinking of, let's see, where's my finger, thinking of digging out a border here, and I want a sort of hebe, quite a lot of hebes, evergreens and things in that area, which might look quite nice. Onto the vegetable beds, as you would expect. Pretty much everything is done now, so I've been rough digging and weeding today. I've still got the leeks in, still got the kale in. They'll carry on going through most of the winter. I've emptied this annual border, ready for next year. I'm going to take these new guineas up in a bit, and I'm going to put them somewhere out of harm's way so the frost doesn't get them. Yeah, kale still doing fine. The nets have come off, and because they weren't tall enough really, and the caterpillars have absolutely mullered some of these, but there's still a lot of good leaves on there, and we keep picking them, so it's all good. The pond, so I think the last video I did, I just put this in, it was brand new, so it's just starting to sort of settle in a little bit now and look a little bit more natural. I'm going to get some kind of pump, you know, fountain kind of thing in here next year, and get some oxygen in that water, and hopefully, you know, make it look a bit healthier as well, because it's a bit stagnant at the minute. What else have we got? So yeah, I'll just show you this border from another angle. So yeah, I just fancy putting a bit of shape in there. You know, as I say, these herbaceous plants are starting to die off now, but quite pleased with that border. And what I'm actually going to do now is this border here, I'm going to continue, I'm going to dig that right up to the end. Yeah, another view of the greenhouse. So this is where my 12 pieces of glass need to go. My strawberries. I've had lots of conversation with people about what to do with strawberries. Some people say take the big plants out, leave the runners in. Some people say pot the new runners up, they'll be your plants for next year. And a couple of people have said to me, just trim the whole lot back, you know, protect them from the frost, you know, straw or something like that, and leave it at that. That sounds like the easiest option, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Still got some lettuce and spring onion in there, and she's pretty much ready for harvesting. yeah, so the netting frame that I use for the brassicas, what I'm going to do next year actually is I'm going to make this higher. I'm going to make this 4 foot high, because obviously I say the kale grew a little bit taller than I was expecting them to, and I only built this 2 foot high. I had an inkling at the time it wouldn't be high enough, so that's another little job for next year. Pretty much everything's about next year, to be honest now. Remember the canes that I harvested from the garden, and just show you. So this is the silo filled up for this year, and it's composting quite well, this actually. My mate Tom next door but one, he was burning a load of wood in a barrel, and he let me have the ash. So basically all this was in here, and as I've turned it over, I've a layer about 4 inch, and then I've put a thin layer of ash in and just carried on doing that just to bring a bit of carbon and balance the compost out a little bit. So I think that's about it, guys, really. I just kind of wanted to catch up with you before the season really comes to a close. I think this probably is going to be the last video that I'll do, although I'll be doing bits and bobs out here. And I'm massively excited about next year because I've got a lot of stuff planned. I've got my greenhouse now, so happy days. So all the best, guys. Thank you to everyone who's watched and subscribed to the videos. I am still watching all your videos out there and enjoying them very much. So until next time, look after yourselves, take care, bye for now.